Hi everyone, Steph here. Welcome to my March reset video where I basically reset my TBR and my reading intentions for the month. You guys will know if you've watched my previous month's one that I am participating in Read What You Own. Have I totally blown out my physical TBR this month? Yes, I have. But we're not going to dwell on that. In fact, I'm not even going to do stats for it because really what I'm trying to do is just read through my physical TBR, what I have, and in terms of what I set myself up to do last month, I achieved that. I picked a few books. I've read through them with the exception of 2, which are still here, but I'm filming this on the 25th of February, so I'm going to get to these before the end of the month. In terms of my Kindle Unlimited TBR, which is the other challenge that I set myself to get that down, there's like 2 or 3 books on my Kindle Unlimited TBR, so I'm doing really well with that. And what I have found is working for me at the moment is anytime I'm finding a book that I'm really interested in reading, I have created a private wish list just for KU titles, and it goes on there so that I don't forget about it. I just am not adding it at the moment. There's a few small exceptions for things that can go on my KU TBR, kids books or things that I need for my other channel, and also a few things for some projects that I'm working on, but I'm literally not adding anything to it at the moment, which is great. So that is a celebration and a win. Okay, so skipping over the stats, we're going to go into books that did come into my life that were review copies. So pretty much all of these came from Allen and Unwin. There is Return to Valetto by Dominic Smith, which was an unsolicited review copy. This is not normally my thing. Oh, it's a family story. I'll try it at some point. This isn't high on my priority list, but I am always appreciative when I get sent things because at least it means I will try something out of my comfort zone. There's also the Sinister Booksellers of Bath by Garth. This is the follow-up to the Left-Handed Booksellers of London, which is a series that I started 2 years ago, I want to say. Last year or the year before. And I did really enjoy it. I didn't know there was a second book coming out, but that turned up, so that's really great to see. The next 5 books will have been reviewed in my most recent Books Beside My Bed video, and will also have videos coming out on my kids book channel. So there is The Nightbirds, which is a young adult political fantasy story. Sky Dragon 6 by Ando. This one is called Rescue Flight. There is The Glow by Sofie, Laguna and Mark McBride, which is a middle grade horror story. And then 2 picture books. There is The Month That Makes the Year by Inda, Ahmad, Zahri, which is a book that talks about and celebrates all things Ramadan. And also Duckling Runs Away by Margaret Wilde. And I really enjoyed all of those ones that I've read so far. You will have also seen my book haul from the book signing that I went to, A Romantic Rendezvous, hosted by the Australian Romance Readers Association. I got 2 books as freebies in the show bag. So there is How to Catch a Wicked Viscount and also Serpent Song. This one's by Amy Rose Bennett and this is by Toni Grant. I picked up a copy of Kiss of Steel by Beck McMaster. And then I have Sticks and Stone by Grace McGinty, which is a hockey Why Choose story. The Wolf Within by MJ Scott, which is the start of one of her urban fantasy series. When You Were Mine by Ida Brady, which is the second book in her Teacher Chronicles series. And Third Time Lucky by Jennie Q. So those are all Australian authors and I'm really excited to get to those romances. I've done a little bit of tidying up of the picture book shelves as well as the cart because I have gone through and done that this month just to tidy up around here. And then we're going to choose 5 more books to go into the TBR basket for March. We're going to pick 5 books for my physical TBR. I should say I'm also going to be doing the Queer Lit Weekend Readathon that's happening later in the month, but I'm going to wait to do a separate TBR for that. So what are we going to pick first? Non-fiction. Okay, what have I got? Actually, you know what I'm going to put on here is this one. I've been meaning to read this for months. This is No More, I'm Done, Fostering Independent Writers in the Primary Grades by Jennifer Jacobson. I need to read this really soon, so I definitely should put this on here. It's not very long either because we're going to make my life easy and we're going to actually pick things that I need to read if we're going to read non-fiction. Hardback book. We're going to go with The Underground by Liv Evans. It is a hardback, it has beautiful sprayed edges, and I know a lot of people are interested in seeing my thoughts on this one, so let's add this to the TBR. Okay. Mass Market. Do I have any mass markets? I do. I have 1. Actually, no, I have 2, but they're part of the same series. I have Seduce Me in Flames by Jacquelyn Frank. So we're gonna add this to the TBR. This is Paranormal Demons, I think. Maybe. Anyway, we're gonna go with this. Okay, what's next? Okay, a YA title. Okay, this is one that I definitely need to read. There's 2 YA titles I need to pick up at some point. We Who Hunt the Hollow by Kate Murray. This is Australian YA. I think it's fantasy, but I mean, just look at this cover. It's gorgeous. So, final spin. Adult. Okay, good. That means I can just pick whatever I want. Let's pick something that I'm probably not going to reach for unless I put it on a TBR, and that is Booty Call by Ainsley Booth. So this came from the same special edition box that my copy of Office Hours did. So yes, we'll try this one. I know absolutely nothing about it. I also have 2 books that I have to read this month. One is a buddy read with Bree. We're probably going to be reading Waiting for the Flood, which is the novella in the Spires series. And I also have to read One Fell Swoop by Lona Andrews for the Innkeeper Chronicles read along. So I am still filming 2 vlogs that have secret TBRs. One I have 4 books left to read. The other I have 5 books left to read. One of them has to be done in March. One of them can probably be finished in April, so I'm not too stressed about that. But otherwise, this is my TBR basket for the month of March. So that's everything that I need to share. I am going to have updates of me scanning in books to my Libib accounts. I have my adult and my kids titles one. I'm also going to share the setup for the March reading journal pages and setting up for my content for the upcoming month. So thanks for joining me for my reset this month, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.